One man, one mission, to rid the world of chronic anxiety once and for all. The Anxiety Guy, Dennis Simsek, shares his personal transformation from living a life filled with overwhelming worry to becoming a full-fledged positivity machine, a leading authority in generalized anxiety. Dennis gets to the truth of your mental health challenges and sets you on a path to transforming each and every area of your life. Here he is, the one and only, the Anxiety Guy.
Warriors, welcome to episode number 109 of the Anxiety Guy podcast. I'm Dennis Simsek, and today I'm answering a question that people had for me in the last couple of weeks, and that is that, Dennis, does hypnosis work for anxiety? A very important question, a very complicated one if you think about it, but I'm going to do my best today to suggest whether or not hypnosis will work for your particular case to help with your anxiety, my friends. First of all, hypnosis is not a watch that dangles in front of you that you just look at. Hypnosis is not going on a stage and acting like a chicken. What is hypnosis? Hypnosis is a practice that is normally done on an individual that allows the analytical, judgmental mind to leave for a certain time frame. This then allows the subconscious mind to be more receptive to suggestions. Hypnosis is the induction of a trance-like state. And the truth is that this practice can be traced to its use as a healing therapy way back in ancient Greece. So hypnosis in itself is a practice that helps a person bypass the conscious mind, the analytical, rational mind, and goes directly to the subconscious mind. Hypnosis isn't something that's done to you. Instead, it's triggering a process that happens inside you all the time. In fact, you've probably experienced it without realizing what it was. Think about driving recently and not having realized that you don't remember the last 10 miles of a drive. That's usually the result of your brain entering a hypnotic state as part of the routine maintenance process. So we're always in trance. In truth, most of our days are spent in a trance-like hypnotic state. We think we do things through our own will and our choices, but they are greatly influenced by our core beliefs, past experiences, and suggestions from the outside. So the truth is that hypnosis is no different than what you normally do on a day-to-day basis. Since the subconscious mind is our internal storage system, which has noted every experience we've ever had in our lives, we have an opportunity to revisit those past experiences through hypnosis, and we can edit the way they were structured in your subconscious mind and come to a more neutral outlook when it comes to those experiences. Hence, we shift our emotional states altogether. So hypnosis is a very valuable tool when it comes to working with people's past traumas, emotional traumas, that are now leaving the person in a very repressed emotional state. Now, how do you know if you are a good candidate for hypnosis? I get this question a lot. The sort of person who is a good hypnotic subject would firstly be able to become easily absorbed in activities to the point they lose track of time, and often even to the point of completely tuning out their surroundings, such as becoming so engrossed in a TV program or a good book that they don't recognize you even calling their name. Also, truly excellent candidates for hypnosis tend to have a history of a childhood imagined playmate. So, as a child, you were very imaginative. You imagined people being around you. The teddy bear was the Queen of England, and the teddy bear was the King of England, and you were having your cup of tea as you were the princess. If you were an imaginative child and you had a childhood playmate or multiple ones, then you are going to be a good candidate for hypnosis. Now, when it comes to hypnosis, I've personally recognized two different types of hypnosis practices that both have their strengths and weaknesses. The first one is where the subject sits and allows the suggestions to play out in their minds. So they're pretty much like mush. They just sit there and they're in a trance-like state, and all the suggestions by the teacher go directly to the subconscious mind. The second way is where the subject is consciously engaged through the altering of the pictures within their energy fields. And this is used by many, many NLP practitioners in conjunction with other practices. This type of approach works with your energy field. And this type of approach helps a person understand that within that energy field there is stored information. And within that information, there's a certain coding system. If we can alter the pictures within your energy field that can be measured 7 to 8 feet away from your body, then we can begin to alter the emotions that are directly connected to that information. The problem becomes when people try hypnosis on themselves after years of adding more and more legs on top of the tabletop, which is their core beliefs. And they're trying to take this newly learned technique and throw it at this well-learned, well-practiced way of thinking and feeling. And so comes this conclusion of hypnosis didn't work for me, and I can't be hypnotized. The answer to the question of does hypnosis work for anxiety is yes. But in my personal opinion, it must be done by someone and not by yourself, at least in the beginning stages. And it must be done through the utilization of vivid pictures and working with those pictures in a way where we can reorganize them. Here's an example. Think about something that happened years ago between a 1 and 5 level. Not a 10, not debilitating, not the end of the world type of thing, but something between a 1 and 5. Think about that thing. Good. Now, close your eyes and just imagine every little aspect vividly about that experience. Think about what happened, who was around you, what was around you, everything like that. Now, I want you to take that picture and imagine that it's floating in front of you outside of your body. Take your finger and go ahead and point to that picture. And then what you want to do is you want to make a big frame around that image. So go ahead and use both of your hands to make a big frame around that image. Now, take that image by both ends and go ahead and make it double the size. Make it bigger and notice how the feelings begin to shift. Good. Then take that image and make it smaller and smaller slowly to the size of a postage stamp, really, really small, and notice how the feelings begin to shift. Then take that image and push it away from you 6 inches. Notice how you begin to feel differently. Now take that image and place it behind you. Go ahead and place it behind you. Notice how the feelings begin to shift. Good. So this is just a really, really quick example of how you can work with your nervous system to begin altering some of those past experiences, to use the images from the past to begin to alter the pictures to make yourself feel differently. This is just one way that hypnosis can be used in a way where you're not just sitting there on a chair completely in mush, not having any control of the actual situation. This is where you can begin to alter the pictures to work with NLP practitioners to change the way you see a past experience. So again, don't do this when you're driving, obviously. Do it at home. But working with those images are going to make a big difference in how you feel towards them. Now, there's a couple of things that I want you guys to understand when it comes to starting hypnosis, if you're going to choose to start hypnosis for your anxiety. Number one is in the beginning stages, have it done by a professional. Okay? Don't go to YouTube and start trying to do self-hypnosis on yourself. It is not going to work for the majority of people. Number two, Have an open mind going in. Too many people are like, whoa, you want me to do that? You want me to think about that? This is really weird. There's so much judgment out there. Judgmentalism needs to be put aside. Don't judge the person. Don't judge his technique. You're paying good money in order to practice this hypnosis session. So allow the teacher to do what he needs to do and sit there and follow the instructions without judgment, but with an expectation that it is good for you. Number 3 is understand that, like anything else, this is a process that will most likely take more than one sessions to reach the desired outcome. And there is a maintenance part that you must implement throughout the day through the proper thinking and behaving strategies that align with your goals, my friends. So just going to a hypnosis session and going through the practice doesn't mean that you are going to change everything right then and there. Don't expect that to happen. Make sure that you see this as a learning opportunity. One session after another will create the history of success that your nervous system needs in order to automate this new way of thinking about that thing. As well, when you're going through the day, you have to act on what you're learning. You have to act on it. You have to think the way you need to think in order for things to change. You have to behave the way you need to behave in order for you to gain this new character development. Because this is what we're doing. We are developing your character, this new character that you are starting to tap into in this game called life. When you think about it like this, my friends, things aren't so heavy. You're going about your day, developing your character day by day. There is no pressure. There is no time limit. You know what? You're just doing better than you did yesterday. You're competing with yourself. And I want you guys to understand that anxiety is never a linear path. It always takes time. We need to practice patience on this journey. And I promise you that whether you go through the End the Anxiety program and you involve CBT and NLP in your life, or you do hypnosis or any other method, my friends, it will take time. So be patient and understand that you are creating personal growth within you. And this is great. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy becoming who you were meant to become, because you have to go through this journey in order to become what God and this universe wants you to become. You had to go through this. So stop seeing your anxiety as something that happened to you. It's just such a bad journey. I just want it to go away. When you can create a different outlook, a different mindset as far as your anxiety goes, and see it as an opportunity for personal growth, now you will begin tapping into a language that will take you past your anxiety in a short amount of time, my friends. I love you guys so much. Remember, you are more than anxiety. See you in the next episode.
Thanks for being an important part of the Anxiety Guy podcast community. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a positive rate and review. If you're searching for further support on your road to recovery from anxiety, head over to anxietyexit.com and take part in the powerful End the Anxiety program based around the CBT model. If you're searching for a more one-on-one approach, you can sign up now for personal coaching sessions with Dennis via Skype. Remember, you are more than anxiety. See you in the next episode.